Blessings, 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 everybody out there in the universe. My name is Sean Myrie, and I'm your host of the Down to Earth podcast. Tonight, I got a special guest coming on. We got a great artist for the culture. We got Maloney 416. Yup, I'm gonna tap him in right now, not gonna waste no time. Radio host, breaking records, everything. Great MC. Here he goes, down to earth. Bless up what he's saying.
Yo.
Yo. You don't really have to introduce yourself to the universe, but you know what? Introduce yourself to the universe to those who may not know who you are.
Yo, it's your man MLNY, breaking records, baby. You know what it is all day.
Yeah.
Salute. Sean Myrie, what's
Salute.
good, my G? Down to earth, what's up?
Much respect, yo. I know you got some new music out, and you're always doing something, always busy. Tell the people about that new track, what you got, that new visual.
It's literally recording right now as we speak, actually.
I was doing the same too. Good
man.
Yeah, I was just recording. Yo, so go on. Sorry.
No, but sorry. What? I smoked a few right now. I'm a little off topic.
Don't worry about it. Just down to earth, yo. That's how we doing it, yo. You have a new video, and it's called tell the people the name of it. Tell the people exactly the name of it and about it.
Yeah, man, the new joint, the new single video, it's called Anxiety. And, I mean, realistically, I always get weird talking about a song because it's like, I feel like I either don't describe it enough or I describe it, like, way too much beyond the fact that it's like, all right, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
If I could put
I know.
You know, anxiety is really just the inner conversation you have with yourself when, so your anxiety flares up, like, you know, and like the situation in the song I used was, you know, like being an artist, you know, you work so hard to get these opportunities and these moments and stuff. And like, I'm not gonna lie, there's been times in the past where like I haven't gone, like this is like a much younger me. I'm not that dumb to do that now. You know what I mean? No matter how much whatever gets. But like, there's been times I didn't go to shows, good opportunities, like opening for a headliner or something. And it's just because like the anxiety gets you beforehand. You know what I mean? You start telling yourself.
It's true.
And so I just used, you know, like, I don't know why, man. I just, you know, I made that beat. If anybody could guess what the sample of that beat is, I'll give you $100 right now. You
know. They gotta listen.
Because that's a classic song, but nobody's catching that with what I did to it.
They gotta listen to some records and straight up.
But anyways, yeah, man. So just you know, I kind of use that as the example of anxiety, right? Like, I just wrote about the experience and anxiety. I didn't go out trying to write a song about it. It just kind of, you know, I just wrote about those experiences, and it just all kind of came together. And the music video flawlessly. Shout out to my X1, North of 80 Productions. We actually did that music video about a year ago today. No word of a lie. That's how much. Yeah, I've been stacked. Yeah, like the music's been in the stash. You know what I mean? The shit's ready to roll out. Had to get position, right? I had other stuff that had to come out first. You know, all about the progression. You know, you got to put it out. Way. I'm very big on the way of like cheering it in that sense. But you know, so yeah, I've been on this for a minute, but it was the perfect time to put it out now, and you know, we got a lot more on the coming. Like, there's a lot of dope music. I got to with a pretty big fucking artist, but I don't know if I can look to the bag right now. But you can look up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So somebody, we'll just say he's an OG from. I don't even know if I should talk Canada.
Toronto? I'm not from Toronto.
No, he's from one of the coasts. Right? OG from one of the coasts. I'll say that much. But
okay, that's all right.
But the project clapping, we only got like, and that's. But sometimes just like say some shit I can joke and to explain it.
Yeah. Don't worry about this. This is down to earth. It's not like no other place, man. Trust me, do whatever you want.
There's a lot of dope shit. Behind Bars album coming out soon as well too. Completely mixed, yeah. So basically, because you know, like all those joints, they're on stolen beats when I do the behind bars. So what I did, I'm like, oh, I start to do some beats behind these vocals, man, like these verses.
Ah,
So it's basically like a beat tape with verses from the behind bars. You know what I mean?
I
And then
like
mix
that. I like
it
that.
together like an actual album. It's just pretty slapping, man. And like some of my hottest, a lot of boom bap beats I've ever made are on it. And then there's some more mental shit too, but it's really, really, really cool. So I mean that
Mm.
a lot of shit coming out, man. Anxiety, man. Go check.
But you see how you do you came out with the music? I love that because you took time. You have the video. And like I'm gonna ask you, because you know this, you do radio, like how artists should come out. Like don't rush your music. That's what I sat back right now for my next project to like basically a year, same
Yeah.
way, before any major more videos come out. Like I like that process. Like kind of give some gems on that. Like basically about how you really should come
Well,
out.
I think
I'm
yeah,
like your opinion.
I like that you actually made that a point because I don't think a lot of people do take the like really take heed to how important. But I think what's the word I'm looking for? But timing is everything, right? And
Yeah,
everything about the perfect calculation. Like you can't record a song and then tomorrow decide like the most artistic, calculated music video you want to do for it, and put its most
yeah,
energy together. You know what I mean? Like not in my opinion. Sometimes I might spend 2 or 3 days actually mixing a song till I know like
yeah,
okay, that's my rough mix before I engineer. You know what I mean? But I like to come back sometimes and be like, okay,
yeah.
so like I admire all the people out there. I admire who do the quick turnaround process and stuff. People who record albums in 24 hours, all that stuff. But that's not for me. And I just think it's because I've always enjoyed music that's more well thought out, right? Like,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah, like
Yep.
I'll jam out to some music, bitch, ho, I don't go. Like
Yeah,
I'll vibe, I'm cool. But as far as like when I'm listening to shit that like inspires me, it's not
yeah,
that. It's something
yeah.
that's on a much more kind of technical and deep level usually. And
It's
I
true.
create greatness, it's Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
It's
And
true.
you gotta I think another thing a lot of artists don't do is allow people into their process, which I'm very, very standoffish on for years. But just
Yeah.
as a like I know he didn't want to be on camera, but he's gonna be on camera. But
The
my
little one.
boy here is my
Your oh, bless up, bless
follow.
up. What you saying?
Go follow him. Toronto.
Yeah.
But he's yeah, man. Me and him been cooking up fire music videos lately. He's been doing all those flashback videos I've been doing.
Uh,
The behind 30, which was hands down my most flawless behind bars. He did that, and
mm,
we've been recording it lately. And you got
it's true.
the box right there. The soundproof box. You got the Shure mic. Lit, bro. It
Yeah.
sounds nice. And if
Yeah,
you
you
get
gotta
time,
take it
people.
with the
That's
videos.
say what?
I agree. Sorry to cut you off. I was saying like with the
Uh,
videos, what you're saying
I ran.
earlier. That's very important. It's very important to
Yeah.
take your time to know which tracks you want to put with your visuals to really get the quality, like storylines. Like I don't know, people don't do storylines too much. I'm old school. I like
Yeah.
kind of little
I,
storyline with the
yo,
video visual.
storyline still cannot fail, bro. Tell me, come on. Like if someone, you might just have to do it really simple, but today a storyline could still be ill. Like to even to
Yeah,
like mainstream story. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the great thing about that kind of story writing is you can always appeal to somebody, bro. Like anything that's a story is relatable to anybody, and I don't think enough MCs really think in the idea
yeah.
of storytelling. That's and if you look, and this is controversial, look, a lot of the artists who are great storytellers in rap a lot of times aren't technically specialists. But their
Mm,
storytelling is so impeccable that like that draws you in. You know what I mean? Like Pop is
yeah.
almost a great idea, right? Like because a lot of people say, oh, he wasn't the most lyrical or whatever. Like I love Tupac to death.
Me
I would
too.
say
Bless
that.
up.
Even if I felt that, I'm not saying it. But a lot of people will say that, and I think realistically, Pac is just so good at storytelling. Like Brenda's got one of the greatest
Oh
songs
yeah,
ever. The Message is one of the greatest songs ever written, and
yeah.
all it really is a story. You know what I mean? So like storytelling really is the shit. Like I can think about the '90s growing up. Like, all these bands, you know, these alternative
Yeah.
bands, like a lot of them be like story songs. Like
Green
you know, there's
Day.
a lot of that.
And
Like a
yeah.
story song, you can. The great thing about a story is you can appeal to anybody. Like I could take somebody who likes trap music and play them a Master A song like Brooklyn Masala, and they can understand and appreciate it because it's a story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So I'm gonna get more deeper, man, because I know you as a host yourself, and you've been interviewing over the years. And now I asked you before, but how you think about the environment of music, urban music in Canada? I would say more Ontario, Toronto right now. Like, how's it going? Like, you think right now?
You're trying to get me to be outspoken like I usually am.
Yo, I'm here. Trust me, I got you. You don't have to worry about nothing.
Yo,
Trust me, they know me.
you know what? You know what? I'm not gonna say nothing about nobody.
See, at least you say that. Okay, but what your opinion? What do you like? Do you like the process it's going like? I mean, quality wise versus like
Um, well, I think it's like everything else, right? Like, is Six Bus my go-to favorite thing? Nah.
mm,
Um, like, do I follow We Love Hip Hop? Of course.
yeah,
Um, you know, so like, do I think it could be different? Like,
mm,
I think what everybody does, they're amazing at doing. I just think we need more attention behind more outlets.
yeah,
I don't think we could blame another outlet for doing what they do. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah,
like you're gonna get mad at Soldier Boy for doing the Superman? Like nah, that's what he did. That's what he does. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You get
yeah.
mad at Tech Nine for doing a chopper flow? Like nah, that's what he does, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people, everybody kind of they create their following whichever way they do it, and whether somebody wants to disagree or agree, I mean
That's true.
that's individual in their opinion, and I don't want to give any opinions right now on anything. Um, but yes, I'll just say that I think we could use more support behind maybe some of um,
Mm-hmm.
the more organic media outlets, if that's what people want, right? Because it's one of those things, right? I don't know if anybody watches Doggy Diamond's watching, but he's always talking like he's like, you motherfuckers say you want this shit, but we give you this shit and nobody watches it. So like, you
It's
know what I
true.
mean? I used to get like mad at him for doing that, right? I'd be like, yo, stop bitching at your fans, but he's right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like everybody talks about like, yo, yeah, they criticize you for this, this, and this, and this, and that, but when you do that, nobody wants that shit, right? So I think the answer is if people want to walk what they talk, then start supporting
Mm,
more underground networks. You're Down to Earth. You're Breaking Records radios.
mm.
Whatever else. Anything else where we're giving you kind of more of the like kind of more like hip hop music content. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
hip
Kind of
hop, hip hop.
yeah, more and kind of more, kind of the nostalgia of hip hop, I guess, in a sense too.
Yeah,
Um,
I see what you mean. Like the roots. Well, that's what, like, for example,
yeah,
my
yeah,
dad would call
more.
like the roots for
But
like
I don't even
reggae,
like
like
saying
what we're talking
because I'm a
about.
white from Canada. Like
Mm,
I'm not part of the roots. So even as much as like I appreciate it, and that's like a much of what my love is and my appreciation. Like I find it even a cliche for me to say like, yo, Bring Records Radio represents the roots of hip hop, because it's like, who am I to really say that? You know what I mean? All I can tell
yeah.
you is that hip hop, I appreciate everything from its beginnings right until today. And that's all I can really say about it. And hip hop has saved my life numerous times. So, and everybody out there that's getting money, I think should be getting money. Do I, have opinions on people and other things and artists and, way things are promoted? Sure. But
Mm.
I think we all do. And I try to keep that shit to myself as much as
All
possible,
right.
because everybody, yeah, you know,
But
everybody.
yo, you want to do any shows in the future, like any live performances you want to
I
get
love,
back onto?
I love you. I would love to, but you know what? I had to tell you this, and people can say, whatever they want. But I haven't actually been doing any shows. I've had a few offers and stuff, but I haven't taken anything because with the whole COVID shit and the baby at home, my girl's just
Yeah.
not really comfortable with it.
I know what I
And
mean. Yeah.
at the end of the day, I can rap again. We have the
Yeah.
internet. I learned how to use the internet phenomenally since COVID started and we were forced inside. Um, so like I'm not in a rush to go jump out and do shows. You know what I mean? And plus,
Hmm.
I need to practice. I ain't rap
Yeah.
on the stage and like, yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I
I
mean?
see what I mean. I give you
You know
credit
what I
what
mean?
you're saying
I
there.
get,
Yeah.
I can still bust it, but yeah, nah, you know,
Sharpen your tool. You want to sharpen up the tools. That's how you do it, yo.
definitely
Sharpen
got
it
to.
up.
Once wifey's comfortable with it, and our daughter's at an age where and wherever it comes, I'm not gonna cause turmoil at home for the sake of doing a rap show because
You know
at the
what?
end,
I see what
you
you're
know, I
saying. I'm the same way. I'm the same way too. I'm the same way. Like there's been many offers to go places. To like I'm getting invites everywhere, but I'm like, what? Because of the whole atmosphere. Is it worth it? Or you know?
yeah,
Same thing I'm thinking too, because I got a little one too. Same thing. You got to think, wifey
I
will
one
break your head.
that might be personal. You might want no, that's you know what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. So, yo, I'm gonna ask you now for hip hop everywhere, not just Canada. What's who's the guys you've been like listening to? If you were to listen to something new right now in all of hip hop,
Ask me that, eh?
I know
Honestly,
some.
bro,
I know
I don't.
some. I've been digging.
Honestly, bro, I don't really listen to much new shit, man. Like, I know, like, that whole upstate New York scene is, like, right up my alley. But
Mm.
I'm just at, like, I don't know, man. I'm weird. Like, I always thought, like, shit that was before me was so dope. Like, there's shit in the 90s that was just so fire that, like, before I want to go throw on a playlist of modern day hip hop, I would rather, like, go discover some, like, 90s shit I never heard. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
damn, yo, beat's crazy. Like, yo, what? How
Mm-hmm.
nobody know about this joint? Like this
Yeah.
shit is fire. Like, because
There's
there's just
tons
this
of that.
right, this rawness to it, and I
Mm-hmm.
think, and that's what I just try to portray in my music. Like, whether I'm rapping on a trap beat, a techno beat, a fucking boom bap beat, whatever it is, I just try to project that like same raw essence. You know what I mean? Of like '90s MCs, where like you felt what the fuck they were saying. You know what
But
I mean?
you're good at ducking that. You're good at going around that question. Still, you're good at it. You remember you're talking to me now. You still got to answer. Who's the new hip hop artist who you heard or you feel something? There's someone I could tell you. I could tell you mine.
I like how you called me out on the Walker match. Good. That was good.
Griselda. I'll be listening to those and Conway and yo. I've been listening to
I like
them the
Conway a
other
lot.
day.
I like Conway a
Hmm.
lot. Jesus Christ, his
Yeah,
record is crazy. But even that's like, nowadays what I think is sick is like outdated. What's that, like 8 months old now? Like that's old now. Me, that's banging. Because
yeah.
once I like a record, I'll play that shit for like 8 months in a row, bro. Like
It's
if,
true.
I'm
True.
fucking with a record, I wear that shit out till I know it front and back and forth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that Jesus Christ's record is crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. You know what? I like the baby a lot. I really
The
like the.
baby. Yo, you know what? Nothing. I see because we know music, and people say, "Wait. Maloney likes the baby," and
No,
even Sean
no.
Murray likes the baby. But really, I listen to the baby. He could flow. He's an MC,
Yeah.
even though he's commercial or whatever. He's an MC. Don't get that twisted, man. If you
Yo,
study lyrics and like patterns and stuff, yeah,
well,
the
and the
baby.
crazy shit is, like, the baby, like, he's lyrical too, man. You know what I mean? And his
Yeah.
patterns are orthodox, but those beats are banging, bro. Like, he kind of reminds me of like though their music is nothing alike, and people are gonna shoot me for this comparison, but he's like the modern age 50 Cent, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
you know,
that's better comparison
create a
than
song and it
Tupac.
gives you that vibe, the melody, the beats are hard, and the beats are
Hmm.
still like, no matter how current and updated they are, they're still true to hip hop. Like, that's what
Yeah.
made 50 Cent so dope, is that his production, like, though it might have been a Dre bang, like, it was still real to hip hop. Like, he never really like. And once he started to teeter that line, like Curtis and shit, like even little parts of the Massacre, but that's as the audience started falling away, because like there was something about that collaboration, right? Of like making a club banger, but it almost being as hip hop as it possibly can. And that's what
Yeah.
like Baby is right now, bro. The
That's
beat
true.
clap
Facts.
is his vulgar ass misogynistic content we all love to hear when we're on that shit. You know what I mean?
It's
Bars,
true.
there, the flows, the unorthodox patterns, the beats, once again, they fucking slap. And
Yep.
and he's a funny motherfucker, man. Like, I like the way he does his
Let's
videos.
give it
Like,
that applause. I give that applause. I had to put that out. So, yo, your project. I'm getting back to your project. Do you feel you're gonna do like a full, like a 13 or 12 like type of project, 12 track project? Bless up, DJ
I,
Shortcut.
well, I mean, I guess I could just tell you. I haven't really announced it yet, but I mean, I guess this will just be a gem with us, and hopefully no one
Mm,
ever asks me about it again, and that's it.
yeah.
Because I'm really planning on announcing it for some time. But anyways, I'm working on an album. It's called The Maturation. It will be my masterpiece, and it will be a masterpiece, and it will go down as one of the greatest albums in Canadian hip hop history if somebody listens to it. Now, I can't tell you how many people will listen to it, so that'll determine how legendary it is. But I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's a good work. Um, and Anxiety is the first single from it.
I believe it will be it's a masterpiece because how you took your time and how you're telling me with the visuals, and that's why same thing with me myself. I sat back because I want to make a
That's
masterpiece, right?
yeah. Well, that's how long you've been in music, right? Like, how many projects have you put out, or how many years you've been putting in, right?
Hmm. Well,
Like, no,
me myself.
I'm actually asking you as well.
Me? Oh, man, it's been a long time, but I had children at a young age, right?
Yeah,
There was a time when I was supposed to come out when I was very young, but I'm glad that I learned. I've been through life patterns, but I came out with my projects, a couple, at least 7 projects myself independently or something like that. But
there you
this
go.
project is different. This
Exactly.
one's just completely different.
But you're on that same wavelength as me, right? Because I did the same shit, man. I put out about 5 albums, 2, 3 mixtapes. Like, you know what I mean? I put out a little more in some projects, but that same amount of like solo material. And
Yeah,
I'm at that point, man. Like, if I'm gonna make an album, it needs to be the greatest fucking album that an
you're
album.
right.
It's not
Exactly.
that I'll just play singles, and that's ironically now I'm just letting out my whole rollout plan right here. This is the only time I'll ever say it, just because I'm feeling good right now, right? But so we're just playing the singles game, though, man. People can't expect the album for at least a year. We're
See,
just playing.
see, you see what you're saying there? Okay, I'll show you how I put out the plan. I put out a couple singles, right?
Yeah,
And after that, when the album comes, there's no more singles you're gonna get. You want the album, you gotta
yeah,
purchase that shit.
exactly. I got a couple songs that won't be singles first, just so there is that thing to it. But the other thing is the album is a concept album. Now, as you hear
Same
the songs
thing.
that come out, you're not gonna know that. Like, you're gonna hear these singles, and all of them are songs with purposes. And but when you get the album, you'll understand how it's a concept album and it's a story. So I think that's pretty cool in itself. And that's all I'm gonna say on that, because I probably shouldn't even fucking said that.
Don't worry about that.
But I was just
Don't
gonna
worry about.
start talking. Anyway, so now it's not coming out for a bit, and it's called The Maturation.
I love that name. I love that name. So since you've been a daddy now, you get more inspiration recently, like to like even just really kill it.
It's back and forth. Well, yeah, definitely to kill it. As far as like musical inspiration, that teeters, I guess.
Mm,
I've been getting in a pocket where I've been really inspired again. But sometimes you're so worn down, and like people don't understand because you're like me, bro. So you do media and shit as well too. So you're always editing
yeah,
videos. You're like, bro, that's like a full-time job on the side of doing
yeah,
anything else. But to even find like the nits and bits of time to be a musician, like I don't
yeah,
think people really understand how like bro, have you noticed every video I've dropped in the last I don't know how long has been at night? Because that's my free
yeah,
time, bro. It's my babies at night.
yeah,
You know, like that's what I gotta be, I gotta be family man too, right? But I think
yep,
that people who allow their circumstances to dictate what their results are, they're just fucking losers, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
because if you want to do something, you will find the time, and that's it.
Keep doing it. It's true.
Like,
It's
that's it.
facts. You're
And
right.
I
You
feel
said,
no pity anytime. Like, my biggest pet peeve, I'm cool with anything else, like
yeah.
everybody's themselves. But the one thing I don't like is like someone who's self pity about like, not having time when they have.
Oh, yeah,
These people got more
yep.
time than I got. A lot of
I
people
said,
got a lot more time than I got. They do shit.
I said the
And
same thing
I don't got
too.
time. I hate that.
It's true. It's true. I always say that. Wait a minute. How you don't have the time? And me, man, I got
Right?
one, two, and three. Two big. I got four. I got two
Bro.
big ones. two big ones. No
Come on,
excuse.
come
No
on, right?
excuse.
That's what I'm talking about, man. There's no excuse. Like if you want something, you'll go get it, and if you don't go get it, then I don't feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? Like that's simply it. Like
Yeah. And you know what? Sorry to say, this is realistic. When people hear this, they say, how come, Maloney's so just straight to the point, no filter? Because when you even do radio, like how you've been doing radio and you've been hosting an interview and then doing what you do, you realize in this business, you don't have to be an asshole, but you can't waste time. That's part
yeah,
of the attitude, what you're saying, right? So
yeah,
people who say they don't have no time, but they could go play video games for the next 5 hours, and you say you want to do music and be an artist, guess what?
right, bro. A
Use the
video
time proper.
game, man. Yo, I'll tell you. As soon as I like learned that this is gonna be a lot of work, about like 16, 17, I stopped playing video games. And the only shit I would play if I played video games was Nintendo 64 or GameCube, and that would just be with the boys
Mess
stoned.
up Keep
Stop
Six.
playing video game. I never bought a new system, no nothing, because I'm like, I don't need to waste time on that shit. If I'm not wasting time making music or doing something music related, then I'm gonna be wasting my time like walking or being healthy. Like I do not need to waste time on a fucking learning up to date new video game shit. All the power to people that do that, but I can't. And some successful people are game nerds, so I'm not saying that.
But you know what? You're right. That's what I tell my son. I say, yo, you like music? You play these games. It's like a video game wizard. I said, yo, try to do something with that. Try to make some money off of that right now. You know what I
Skill,
mean? Do something with that. Because he's always
skill.
on it.
That's honestly a skill, and that's the thing. That's a skill you can apply too. So it's
Hmm.
you know.
So, yo, what's next for Maloney, man? Before we come off the spaceship, because everybody knows that you've been working hard, and I know you've been on Toronto talks with the Mike Stone and the rest of the brothers.
Yo,
Like, what's next?
shout outs to Dustin Wareham. Shout outs to Mike Stone. Those are my bros, man, for life. Mad love to those guys, man. Um, Hopefully we can get back and do the show sometime eventually. But Dustin became a dad a year after I did, and
Uh,
kind of tight and crazy, man. And to be honest, I don't know how much podcasting. Like I'm at a point now where I kind of want to be more calculated and recluse. I don't want to be out there speaking my mind.
yeah, leave
I,
that to me. Leave
I
that
like,
to me.
yeah. Well, I like being opinionated, like, and I like talking, as you can tell. But
Mm,
I just the way I'm looking at it is like, yo, this time right now is to focus on the things in front of me, and if all else fails, if anything else fails, I've never been a Plan B person, but it's just like a Plan Z. If all else fails, I can get a job in broadcasting or something. Like I already know I got that skill. You know what I mean? I'll weasel my way in there somewhere. But
yeah,
at this point, I think it devalues the other things I'm doing to be out talking my mind once a week. And so
it's true. I see what you're saying. That's why. Not saying like you stop what you're doing, but sometimes you got to take those little breaks. You get what I mean? Those little breaks.
yeah,
Like for me, our season's gonna be done. I'm gonna finish it December 18th. But the reason I have so much content, you know how much content you guys have never seen. I have so much content. I gotta chill, you know, organize. You know the
that
deal,
it takes so much
and
time to
release.
recognize. That's
Edit. Whole bunch of things. There's
and
so
it's the
much.
worst,
Over a
honestly,
hundred, or
bro.
there's over 100 episodes or more or
Man.
something like that. So
And you know what? So what you saying that too, right? It kind of just goes in part before we do finish it up. But so the other thing we're working on, music side and everything, as far as Breaking Records Radio, it's funny you said that because we're working on a rebrand right now, which has been the biggest fucking pain in the ass and headache. I will tell you, bro. It is a
yeah,
complete brand. The whole direction of what we do, how we do it, its purpose, everything, and that's all I'm gonna say. But if you follow us closely, you've been noticing little things happening, and they're kind of leading towards a bigger goal and a bigger purpose here. And let's just say, like and that's it. I'll just say that there's a seven-letter word that describes where we're heading, and I feel really good about it, and it's gonna be a problem, bro. So that's
but
all I'm gonna say about that. But it's a long, tedious process. Going through years of content, fucking
ah, I see
figure
what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know
rebranding and
exactly.
kind of we just, without explaining everything, it's hard to even
I know,
explain
I know.
everything.
You don't even have to explain. I could explain it for them.
I
You,
know
you
you kind of
basically
got
have
it
to.
all.
You're taking. You're doing a plan to come back out and show the universe what breaking records really, really been doing, putting in work for a long time for the culture. That's why I was.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, it's facts. Yo, trust me, people. All these other people recognize in all these other platforms, but I'm gonna give Breaking Records its flowers and you yourself because you've been interviewing people from not just here, from America, from all types of places, artists who's been legends and everything. Like, yo, that's what we need, yo. We need more of this. We need more of this. Bless up, keep six Latino. Yeah,
Yo,
that's what we got to
salute, man.
do, yo.
Salute.
Hmm.
That's why, when you're like, yo, you want to come do the show again when you got the single out? I'm like, 100%, bro, because I think this is important. Like, if I'm going to come out and talk publicly ever, regularly, I want to be on other people's platforms around, right? Because I don't, who am I to go sit around talking my own platform? To me, that's selfish. You know what I mean? I want to
Yeah,
talk to other people with my platform.
it's
And
true.
when other people want to talk to me, then I'm glad to have conversations. And I think it's important for us to have unity as well, too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like DJ Vlad said, much people want to jump down my throat. If I'm gonna quote DJ Vlad, I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of here. It's all good, But he always says, and now I lost my point, so it's all good anyways.
Yeah, yeah. It's all right, yo. It's Friday night. You gotta relax. You're doing music
Oh,
right now. This is a full-time artist. Yo,
I do
he's not wasting no time. Go ahead.
I do remember the point. But he says there's enough money out here for all of us. Just because you're
Yeah.
successful, I'll be less successful. And it's true. And I wish more artists had that mentality. And as media people, I think we also need to have that mentality because we can make a lot more money if we build together than if we're trying to compete with each other while we're fighting over scraps.
I heard that today. I heard that earlier. So you're probably gonna see some things in the future. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a lot of things come in together, and hopefully we get more unity, like you said. So, yo,
Much
much
respect.
respect to
Yo.
Maloney
Give props to
416.
y'all.
Got a new
Follow
track out.
to
Yo,
y'all.
check it out.
Yeah.
Tell the people before you go out about that track where they can link it. Bless up family. Tell them one more time where they could get that track when it's coming out fully on all platforms.
Yeah, Anxiety. It's available. It's available on Spotify right now. MLNY
Ah,
Anxiety, and it's also available on YouTube. It's on Breaking Records Radio YouTube, and we spell it WRECK all day, baby.
and I'll be putting
Like,
it on the Down to Earth playlist. I'm gonna make sure I put your track because you're already on my playlist, but I'm gonna put that track on the playlist for sure.
salute,
For sure.
salute, G. This is where people can find it right here.
Yeah.
I jumped the
I'll
gun.
be doing reviews too. I'm starting those reviews, so I'll be reviewing all your music when you come out with that album. Trust me.
That's dope.
There's the video, yo. You see that? People, go subscribe, support everything. Maloney is putting it out. Artists, radio hosts, breaking records. Mm.
You know what it is.
All right, yo. Yo,
One love.
Maloney, much respect. Down to earth. Bless
Much
up, family.
salute, my
All the
G.
time.
Till next time.
Till next time. Bless.
Woo! Stay blessed, G.